Hey guys, how's it going? My name is David Dotson and welcome to my YouTube channel, Final Fitnessy. I know it's a little bit of a play on words from a super popular gaming franchise that I personally am a really big fan of. It's because I'm a little bit of a dork, a little bit of a nerd. I've always been into video games and Star Wars and pop culture and, horror movies and all kinds of things like that. But anyway, that's just a little bit about me. This YouTube channel is my attempt at kind of documenting my journey on my way to being a much more fit person than I ever have been in my life. So, growing up, I was always a little bit of a chunky kid. I was never super overweight. The highest I've ever weighed in my life has been 260 pounds at 5 feet 10 inches, which I know compared to the situation that, a lot of people are in or have been in, that sounds like nothing. I realize that, for most people, your starting point is somebody else's goal weight. So, I'm certainly not trying to compare myself to anybody else out there, but all I know is right now, I feel like I'm not very fit. I've let myself go. I ultimately just want to lose weight, get fit, build muscle, and to get myself into a better shape. Not only to look better, but also for my health, because I'm in my mid-30s now, and all those things that you hear about for years and years, like heart disease and type 2 diabetes, and those kinds of things, they're all starting to catch up. I'm starting to get to the age at which those things really do start happening to people. And, I've been blessed so far. I've been very lucky that I have not been diagnosed with any of those things. However, I'm getting to the age where they happen. So it's really time for me to just kind of take control of my fitness and my destiny and get into a better shape than I've ever been in before. I've always been good at forcing myself to work out. I've been very good about sticking to training plans. What I have not been good about is taking control of my diet, which is why even though I have a decent amount of muscle on my body for the weight that I am, and I, as a lot of people say, carry it well, quote unquote, I'm still not in great shape. I still don't have great cardiovascular strength. I still carry a lot of body fat. I'm still at a higher risk for hypertension, type 2 diabetes, heart disease, all these kinds of things. So it's really just an attempt to get my life in control and take control of my health, prolong my life, be here for much longer for my fiance, for my kids that we're going to have one day, and also just, be prouder of how I look and how I feel, and just really just take ownership of the body that I'm in for the first time in my life. So I really appreciate you stopping by to check out this video and any other videos on my channel. And yeah, there we go. That's how we're gonna get started. So the first thing we're gonna do is I need to weigh myself to see exactly where I am right now. Now, as I mentioned, I'm 5 feet 10 inches, and maybe about a half inch of that or so you can blame to the hair spike up here. So we'll say 5 feet 9.5. Anyway, it's all about the same, but we need to get an accurate picture of my weight. So for that, let's go to the scale. Hey guys, here we are in my bathroom. We are ready to get our initial weigh-in for the fitness journey I'm starting today. So yes, here is my scale and my feet. Please do not make fun of them. They are not well manicured, or pedicured, I guess would be the term. So here we go. Let's step on. Make sure we step on the scale completely. 236.4 is our starting number. Wow. So yeah, I definitely have my work cut out for me. That is basically about what I weighed when I left high school, and I've fluctuated a lot since then, above and below that number. So yeah, all right, here we go. Let's move on. All right, guys, here we are, getting in the car, about to make a quick trip to the grocery store, go and get some stuff to meal prep. I think tonight I'm gonna do some roasted chicken thighs and maybe some good veggies, black beans, basmati rice, things like that to eat for the next few days. Let's head on up to the store. All right, guys, here we are at the Walmart Neighborhood Market, which is my local grocery store right across the street from where I live. So let's get out and get ourselves some groceries. All right, before we get food stuff, gotta grab fiance's body wash. Always important. There we go. Black beans are always great. I always get them unseasoned, except I prefer to season them myself. Always keep a big bag of spinach around. You can do so much stuff with it. Of course, you always want to check that expiration date. Make sure you're good. 11th, I'm okay with that. These grape tomatoes are awesome for throwing into omelets. I like to cook them with pasta. You can really use them for anything, so I always like to keep a container of these around. Always got to keep a bottle of extra virgin olive oil around. This is good for pretty much anything from dipping bread and things like that to being kind of a general all-purpose cooking fat. Doesn't have a super high smoke point, but very flexible and heart healthy as long as you don't go too crazy with it. I absolutely love chicken thighs. It's my favorite cut of chicken. Yes, it's got definitely a little bit of a higher fat content than chicken breast does, but I mean, honestly, that's what makes it more flavorful and I think a little bit more versatile. You can do a lot more with it, and it's still pretty darn healthy. So I'll put it in there next to my Diet Cokes. All right, guys, now we're home. Let's go ahead and unload these groceries and get everything inside. Oh, hey, buddy. Yeah, it's good to see you, too. I'm happy to be home. Everybody, this is Charlie. Hi, Charlie. Say hi. Hi. Roof. All right, let's put some groceries away. All right, guys, here we are in my kitchen. Welcome. Since I'm here stuck at home today with the flu, and that's something I didn't mention in the beginning of this video, by the way, is that the reason I'm not starting this channel off by doing any kind of exercise or anything like that is because I'm actually stuck at home with the flu today. I have been yesterday and today, so, but I'm on medication and it should be good to go tomorrow. Anyway, so here in the kitchen, cooking. So I'm gonna be making some chicken thighs right here, and then we're gonna be making some mixed veggies along with some black beans, a couple other things. Anyway, I want to preface this by saying that I am not a chef. I'm not a professional in any means. I managed restaurants for about 6 years, but managing is not cooking. I'm certainly not a chef, not what you call creative in the kitchen at all. So everything that I make here ever on this channel is gonna be super, super easy to make. Alright, so the very first thing I'm going to start with is heating our oven to, I know this is a strange number, but I found it works perfectly for me, 390 degrees. Let's start, and we're going to let that go, and while we do that, we're going to go ahead and prep the chicken. Alright guys, here we go. Now we're going to season our chicken. So we're going to start with Worcestershire sauce. Any brand honestly works. I prefer the store ranks, it's nice and cheap. We're going to go nuts with it, get a little aggressive. Boom. Move on to our other pan. Because we like to cook chicken in batches because we can use it for so many different things. I like to use it for pasta. I like to use it for jalfrezi chicken curry. I like to use it for really just eating chicken thighs along with veggies, things like that. I like to cook it in batches. So now that we have that, I'm going to throw on some garlic powder. And again, I'm fairly aggressive with it. There we go. There you go. Coat it as best you can. You know what they don't tell you is that whenever you watch people making YouTube cooking videos, it is really, really, really hard to hold the camera with your left hand and season things with your right hand. So from there, got our chili powder. Again, I am pretty aggressive on seasoning. You don't have to be. You know, it's very kind of Bob Ross, happy trees, you know, whatever works for you type of thing. There we go. And boom. Alright, so we're halfway done on seasoning. Now we're going to do some fresh ground paprika. Or not fresh ground, but you know what I mean. Ground paprika. Alright, just a little bit goes a long way. Especially when the cap, the holes in the top of the container, allow a lot to come out at the same time. There we go. And then we're going to take a little bit more Worcestershire sauce. And this is just to kind of put a little bit of a liquid type of coating on here, so that our final ingredient sticks. And that final ingredient is, ta-da, crushed red pepper. You can make it with or without this. I find crushed red pepper super useful in all the cooking that I do. And the reason for that is because it's essentially a little bit of heat without adding any kind of strong flavor. You know, like I find that hot sauces, while they can be quite tasty, not only are they spicy, they tend to alter the flavor profile of whatever I'm cooking. And in some cases, that's fine, you know, depending on what you're cooking, but that's not always what you want. So, anyway, that's how we season our chicken, and we're just going to wait for that oven to finish heating up, and then we'll pop it in the oven. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and make our black beans. I personally am a fan of canned black beans or beans in general just because, honestly, I think they get the job done really well, and I don't like going to the trouble to, soak them for a long time and, boil them for super, super long from a hard state. I know some people would say that that is blasphemy. My fiance is probably included in that. I know she really just has a disdain for black beans, but I personally am okay with them. So I'm going to go ahead and use this stuff that she actually turned me on to. It says Goya Sazonador Total. That means total seasoning in Spanish, or Sazonador Total, the perfect seasoning. So you can look and kind of see what's in it. It's basically just granulated garlic, onion, MSG, salt, parsley, a few other things. And I mean, really, so there's only 5 calories in it, which is not bad at all. That's next to nothing. And, with a lot of seasonings like this, you really have to look at the sodium. There are only 75 milligrams of sodium per serving in this, which is not a small amount, but it's not a huge amount given that these packaged seasonings usually come with a ton. So we're going to go ahead and use a fairly liberal quantity of that. There we go. By the time that's spread up among all the different servings that we're going to get out of this, that's really not that bad. So we're going to set aside. I also like to add a little extra garlic because I'm a garlic nut. So there we go, extra garlic. And then because we like things a little smoky in flavor for our black beans, we're going to go ahead and take some ground paprika and toss that in there. It's going to kind of smoke it up. It's going to get a little bit of orange color. And essentially we're just going to turn these black beans to about an 8. We're going to bring them up to a boil, and then once they get to a boil, we're going to reduce them back down to about a 3, and we're going to let them simmer for at least 20 minutes or so. So here we go. Let's cook them. And in the meantime, it looks like our oven is finally up to temperature, so we can go ahead and pop our chicken inside. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and make our black beans. I personally am a fan of canned black beans or beans in general just because, honestly, I think they get the job done really well, and I don't like going to the trouble to, soak them for a long time and, boil them for super, super long from a hard state. I know some people would say that that is blasphemy. My fiance is probably included in that. I know she really just has a disdain for black beans, but I personally am okay with them. So I'm going to go ahead and use this stuff that she actually turned me on to. It says Goya Sazonador Total. That means total seasoning in Spanish, or Sazonador Total, the perfect seasoning. So you can look and kind of see what's in it. It's basically just granulated garlic, onion, MSG, salt, parsley, a few other things. And I mean, really, so there's only 5 calories in it, which is not bad at all. That's next to nothing. And, with a lot of seasonings like this, you really have to look at the sodium. There are only 75 milligrams of sodium per serving in this, which is not a small amount, but it's not a huge amount given that these packaged seasonings usually come with a ton. So we're going to go ahead and use a fairly liberal quantity of that. There we go. By the time that's spread up among all the different servings that we're going to get out of this, that's really not that bad. So we're going to set aside. I also like to add a little extra garlic because I'm a garlic nut. So there we go, extra garlic. And then because we like things a little smoky in flavor for our black beans, we're going to go ahead and take some ground paprika and toss that in there. It's going to kind of smoke it up. It's going to get a little bit of orange color. And essentially we're just going to turn these black beans to about an 8. We're going to bring them up to a boil, and then once they get to a boil, we're going to reduce them back down to about a 3, and we're going to let them simmer for at least 20 minutes or so. So here we go. Let's cook them. And in the meantime, it looks like our oven is finally up to temperature, so we can go ahead and pop our chicken inside. All right, guys, it is time to pop the chicken in the oven. So here we go. Open up our oven door. Woo, nice and hot. I'm going to take this, pop it in, and then do the same thing with the other. Alright, those guys side by side, close up our oven door, and I found for about 8 chicken thighs at 390 degrees, about 35 minutes is just about perfect for getting them to the correct temperature. So we're going to set our timer for 35 minutes. Boom. I'm going to let it do its thing, and we're going to go ahead and just chill out and enjoy ourselves for a little while. Here we go. Let's open this bad boy up. Oh, yeah. Look how delicious that chicken looks. Oh, yeah. Let's zoom in. Boom. Those are our chicken thighs. All right, guys, here we go. Here is the finished product of all of our hard work today. And I say hard work, this was super, super simple to make. Really, whole thing took maybe 45 minutes front to back. The whole idea is that I can take him to work with me to my office job, so it keeps me from, doing things like going to, get fast food or go get a sandwich at Jersey Mike's or Jimmy John's or something like that. Just really, really simple meals. Obviously, we made a lot more food than this. The rest is in the fridge, packed away, but this is just to show you guys kind of how I pack them up for lunches at work. Hey guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. My name is David Dotson, and this is Final Fitnessy, my journey to get myself healthier, lose some weight, and just get into the best shape of my life. So thank you very much for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun, and I'll be back.